He says yes. Excellent.
Okay, okay,
Excellent.
great. All right, so let's jump up, bring it.
Good evening, Malek. Great to see you again, sir.
Good evening. Greetings to all the coaches and all the comrades in the chat.
Perfect. Perfect. Been a good week?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been great. It's been great.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Excellent. No, welcome. Welcome.
Okay, so this was from, I believe, Jack. And Jack is but anyway, why don't you jump in, Malek, and maybe walk us through Black Sun strategy.
Okay, so usually I just put the cloud notes for the different levels. So basically, the Wyckoff theory is you create the preliminary supply, which is the first sign of selling. Then you get the buying climax. Then you get the automatic reaction. Then you get the uptrust that breaks above the buying climax. And then after that, you start getting lower points of supply. So according to the theory, the lower points of supply is the best place to enter. But my strategy kind of incorporates entering after the buying climax and the uptrust. So from when it comes to the buying climax, which would be, let's see, I'm trying to see where that would be here. I think it's around 52.96. But I don't think this is my execution chart. So it's a little difficult to narrate this. So basically, my notes are saying absorbing buyers at second VWAP upper deviation, weekly Camarilla artery. At this point, I'm waiting for the uptrust. Okay, so we're getting absorption from on the offer, right? We have heavy liquidity on the offer. As we're coming up and we're creating this distribution pattern, we're going up to create the uptrust, which is the third arrow up there. So I believe my trades were after that. Yes, I see there's a arrow right there. It's a purple arrow after the retest of the high right there. We get a push down and then we push back up.
Oh, in here.
No,
There it
to
is. I
the
see it. I
yes,
see it.
yes, there it
Okay.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah. So I believe I got 6 points on that coming down to just above the liquidity. There's the arrow right there. And then my trailing stop is 4 points behind after we hit the first TP. So that takes me out. After that, I believe I have some other trades that happen after the other uptrust, right? Oh yeah. So I could see I actually made some mistakes here where I entered at the lows and I got stopped out. So you can see there's a purple arrow down below there at the bottom of, yeah. And I believe I got stopped out on that. So that's because I'm not following my rules. I'm not supposed to be shorting at this level. I'm supposed to be shorting on the pullbacks. So after that, yeah, there's another trade right there that stops me out. And I flip my position. No, I just take another short after that. So I get stopped out twice. And after we create this LPSY right there, I enter short again, I believe. But
Yeah.
on this
Oh,
same
here's
on
your
this
short.
same trade, yeah, on this same trade, I think there's a better heat map that I provided, which is more clearer with the entries and stuff. This was more like an overview of the structure. And that's I think, wait, no, it should be, could we scroll down a little more? It's not this one, no.
This is what
It,
Mikey has
it,
for you.
is this the same day, the one that we're at the bottom there, below?
This is April 8th.
No, it's not the same one. So yeah, I only have that heat map to work with, but there's another one provided as well, which is a little more clearer.
Okay.
So the buying spikes on the VP buying spikes at the bottom there, that's kind of in line with the uptrust. So we're looking for buying exhaustion. So when those spikes go off, usually it coincides with buying exhaustion. So that's part of just like a little confirmation of the uptrust that I look for. And there's also what is the buy stops and iceberg sellers. So all of that is putting pressure on the sell side. Just after we break above that big liquidity right there, we just get the basically the stop run, which is the uptrust. And after that, we're just basically breaking down. But I have to enter at certain pullbacks, which is called the LPSYs. I have to enter more around there instead of like shortening the hole that I did right there. That was two bad trades right there.
Let's see. David, what do you got?
Well, like it, Alex. Thank you for sharing the trades with us all. I really like if I say the technical setup you've got here, the focus that you've got. You really are looking ahead for where the price could go, should go, and all those words around that. You've identified that liquidity. You're looking then for that exhaustion when the price goes up. You're looking for your confluence on stops and icebergs. And in you go, and as you rightly admit, you some of the trades further down were not in the right place. They were outside your rules. We all do that. I still do that at times. I just get a little bit carried away with the mouse. So it's good to be sharing that with us. Yeah, I like it. It is a busy chart. Don't get me wrong, but you could say that
Yeah.
about mine. But my ORB chart is like this is a
Yeah.
Picasso. I like that. Do you have it this zoomed when you're trading, or is this again? This is more of a post to show that, so you get closer in when you
Yeah, I get a lot more closer in. This is just
yeah.
like to provide the context. I usually operate around like a 30-second time slice.
Nice. That's wow. Okay.
And the reason for that is I want to see the exhaustion quickly. We
Yes.
have the what is it called? The best offer and the best bid. Those two lines around the bubble. So
Yes.
my observation of exhaustion on the buy side is when the bubble stops hitting the best offer.
Okay.
If it stops hitting the best offer, that's a first indication of buying exhaustion. Because if they're aggressive, the market makers would send them to the best offer.
True.
Right? If they hit the market buy, they keep hitting market buy, it's gonna hit the best offer. They're gonna send them there. If we stop getting that, that means that the buying exhaustion is taking place because they are not as aggressive.
Yeah. And I think also on the volume bars, we've talked about this before. You like having the non-delta with
Yeah.
regular bars, so you can see the two sort of times, because there clearly is that failure at the top. There is that breakdown at sort of, I guess, around about sort of 10.23, somewhere around there, and then it scoots back up around about 10.36, and it fails, and down it comes. There's some great two-way business to be had here. That is for sure. I like it. Let me throw over to John. Goodness, sorry, Malik, my bad.
Sorry, I was just gonna say because of the Apex rules and stuff where I'm at right now in my trading, I kind of exit quicker than I should because the structure is showing me that there is more downside to come. But I have to kind of stick with like the Apex rules as not to give back so much. So in the future, I would probably just like have a static stop and just leave it above the structure and just get as much as I can. But right now, I have to kind of cater to their rules, basically.
Yes, you've got one arm tied behind your back. By the sounds of it. But well played all the same. Well played.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. John, please.
Okay. So I want to focus on the short at 1018 because I think you have many elements working in your favor there. I think it's an outstanding trade. And frankly, I just didn't see the other trades that you did because the elements weren't there. So if you, starting from the left-hand side, moving forward, you have liquidity there at 5,300, which typically at those century level marks, you're going to have that because there's going to be a lot of gamma there, right? So you push back above that, you have some stop runs up there, an order flow event. You have some ice working up there, which you indicated, some ice sellers. And then right when that liquidity is filled at 53 even, below, which represents your target, new liquidity came in at 52.90. Right? That marks your target. That's beautiful. And you sold into that, you made your 5 points. And so that's where I'm talking about. You had a number of elements, order flow elements, working in your favor to make a really nice trade there. And I just didn't see it for the other things that you did when you went short, and you're saying now that it was a mistake on your part. But if you just focus in on those order flow elements along with where liquidity is and how volume is reacting to it, you're gonna hit that great trade that you did there every time and be consistent. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Great points, John. Great points. Vinny, sir, please.
Okay, yes. Malik, awesome display that you have here regarding your analysis. You know, you're very in depth. I've been keeping track of your YouTube channel as well. You're very thorough, and I just want to just jump on real quick on a tangent. I know you talked a little about. I mean, I can see you use your VPI spikes, so you're using the MBO package chart, and that looks to be really productive for you. Also, a little bit of a more mental aspect. I know you mentioned you got stopped out a couple of times, and I tell you, you can't really blame yourself in this market. You know, you're having moves I can see in your chart at 25 points and within what, just a few minutes. So you know, don't beat yourself down too much on that. I know you had your stop at 4 points to get 6 points. I believe you mentioned that earlier. Some things as far as a mental aspect goes, and you know, regarding these large moves, you may want to even consider jumping from an ES to the MES trade, so widen your stops even more. So now you can give yourself a little bit more play. You know, you might be able to give yourself a 10-point stop now, and you can go for even a higher target for a 2-to-1. But yeah, so those are just my quick comments there for about 60 seconds. But otherwise, keep it up. Outstanding. Good going.
Thank you. I just want to reply to that. The reason I don't go
Yes.
to the micros is because I want to establish a behavior within myself that gets accustomed to. I might have to go. My job is calling me, but I want to get accustomed to the lots I'm taking. I don't want to go down. I want to go forward, not backward. If you understand what I'm
Understood.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yes, sir.
do. I do. I
No,
do.
love it.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
I'm
Providing you have the
sorry, guys.
capital.
I'm at work and I gotta go. Sorry.
You take care.
Thank you.
All
Take
right.
care,
See you
guys.
soon,
Take
Mike.
care.
Bye bye.
Thanks. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Uh,
I always wrongly say he's a doctor, don't I? I get that wrong, I think, Bruce.
I don't know. I get the feeling like yeah, he's like hopefully he's not you know has surgery now or something like that. I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you, if I ever need help, I'm dialing David 911.
Tell me, mate. Yeah. Tell me.
Yeah,
Love it.
exactly.